everyone. Welcome to another episode of From a Mother to Another. And I am Sandy Banerjee, your host. And this is where you get to hear from moms around the world. Today, we have a very different topic, a very different topic which nobody talks about. We are going to talk about a very sensitive topic today. It's about postpartum depression. Please welcome me in joining to welcome please join me in welcoming Harsha to the show. Thank you, Harsha, for coming.
Hey Sandy,
How are you, Harsha?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So Harsha, let's start with a round of introduction for you.
Okay, sure. So I'm Harsha from Chicago. I'm a technical architect. Pretty much I work in IT field from past, I would say a decade or more, 11 to 12 years. And I have two kids. One is 9 years old, another one is a newborn. She's 8 months right now. Yeah, so pretty much that's my introduction.
Okay, thank you, Harsha. So, Harsha, today's topic is a little different, and I really appreciate that you have come on and to talk about it, And basically, my goal of this show is to spread awareness and to talk about how PPD is real. It can be treated, and it's important that we recognize it, we spread awareness about it, right? So, tell me about when did you realize that you have postpartum depression?
Um, so as soon as I got pregnant, I had this severe hyperemesis and vomiting and stuff like that. So it I think it just started immediately after my first. I mean, as soon as I got pregnant, and it was so severe in comparison to my first one. And eventually, after I delivered my second month, throughout my pregnancy, it was really tough. I was going through a lot of stress, and a lot of external factors were there for those stress. And but after the pregnancy, I had this very bad feeling of hurting myself, and I was going through more and more stress every day. And but I was seriously not aware of post pregnancy depression.
Mhm.
But when I went to my doctor's follow up during my sixth week after my pregnancy, she handed over me a set of questionnaire and asked me to answer those. And without even thinking about anything, I just answered whatever came to my heart. And that's where, after the test, she came up and she told, like, hey, you have a problem. You're going through something called as post pregnancy depression. And are you aware of it?
Mhm.
And I said, no. I have heard about it, but I don't know, like, that is what is going on right now. And that's the reason I'm more stressed and I am having a lot of negative thoughts in my body and
Right,
in my mind. So that's where I came to know that, okay, this thing is real and I am suffering through this problem.
right, absolutely. So, what did the doctor advise you to do? Did you go to another doctor or take any advice for your OB? I'm guessing, right? You meant to.
Yeah, so she basically told me, like, I'm in borderline for post pregnancy depression, and do you want to go through the medication right now, or do you want to go through some consultant who are specialized in treating the people with post pregnancy depression?
Right,
So and she referred me to a consultant. But I am from a typical Indian background, and
right.
usually in India people don't take it seriously. So no one in
Absolutely.
the family bother about it, and they said it will go eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was getting worse and worse every day because of the stress I was going through.
Right,
And then I mean, eventually I have to take some steps to come out of it. And eventually, I don't say that I'm 100% out of it, even though it is like almost 8 months after the pregnancy. I'm still going through some or the other stress in my life, but I think I'm feeling better now.
awesome. So, I know there are so many people who reached out to me and they shared their story. So, I'm going to read one of those where they sent me the story. I'll
Hmm.
tell, and it's very close to what you described. So, I'm
Hmm.
guessing the viewers can relate. So, this is an unknown anonymous user who wrote that. For my first kid, I did not know about PPD. Like as you said, you had no idea, right? Or rather, read the brochure from my OB, and I did not think that it would impact me because I did not have a history of depression or anxiety. I am generally a very happy person. After the first kid, things were okay the first week, and slowly I started realizing I was feeling sad and missing my pre-kid days. And one of the things that I want to point it, especially for new moms, right? It's very normal to miss your pre-kid days, right? Because it's having a kid changes your life and everything, right? I chalked it up to sleepless nights, but ended up fighting more with my husband, mom, and dad, even over the simplest of stuff. Then, with some self care, things got better over a few months, and I was able to come out of it. For my second kid, since I knew what to look out for, I was ready when PPD hit me. My family could not help me because they were busy with taking care of the kid. Since I had a term for it, I was able to talk to my doctor. She suggested meds as a stopgap and to talk to a therapist. I ended up not taking meds, but the funny thing is, for me, PPD started 3 weeks in, and I was over the worst of it by the time baby was 3 months. It was completely gone. However, other friends had PPD go from just a few weeks to even a year or more. Like as you said, you were 8 months in, and you still, though you feel better, it might still be there, right?
Mhm.
So there is no method to this. This is totally up to the individual. Since I don't know, I had it for the first time till towards the end. I did not even think about denial. So I want to ask you this. So were you in denial because you got that information from your OB, right? That was a new information, and as you said, in an Indian society, it's kind of like a taboo to even talk about depression, or people think it's not there, but when it might be there, right? So, did you go through that phase of denial? And how did you deal
Yes.
with that?
Yes. So let me tell you the main reason why I hit this PPD thing. I was around when I delivered my first kid. I think I was around, I delivered him in India, and I was around so many family members. I had my spouse, I had my sibling, I had my mother, and paternal and maternal family to help me out in each and every small thing. But the second one, I had a full time job, and my husband, he was like on and off. He used to do a business in India, but by the time I got the second kid, he actually kind of got a job in United States. And the timings of the job was like so stressful that he goes by around 1 o'clock and he comes back only at 10 p.m. And my
Wow.
younger one was colicky, and she used to cling to me after 5 p.m. She will not be ready to go over to anyone, any like not even with my mom and dad who came to help me out for the pregnancy. And I have to help my elder one with his homework, his classes, and all his activities during the evening time once he comes back from the school. And dealing with this colicky kid plus the elder one, and he was also, my elder one was kind of into a separation anxiety mode, because he was missing his mom. And at this moment, ideally, both of the parents should be able to help the kids, and one should be able to take care of the elder one, and obviously, the mom who gave birth to the younger one, she should be able to nurse and take care of the second one.
Right,
But
absolutely.
I was in a boat where I could not say to my husband, hey, leave the job and take care of the kids, because he just recently got his work permit after
Imagine.
waiting for a long time.
Right,
And he was so enthusiastic to work. He waited for this moment for almost 6 years, and as soon as he got it, he jumped into it, and he did not bother about the timings and family situation and so on and so forth. So basically, I was dealing with taking care of the elder one, younger one, feeding, pumping, and there are like so many things, which your parents, although your parents are there with you, but there are certain things only the spouse can share. If
right,
that did not happen, it triggers a lot, I would say. So, and we came to this city very newly. I did not had a good support group. I don't have good friends here till now. I don't have even a single friend whom I can actually count on. So I would say, if you are surrounded with people whom you love, And if your spouse is really supportive in all these aspects, this will not get up to a worsening stage, right? So I used to close myself inside a room and I used to cry for hours. And my younger one will be even more clingy after that, because
Correct.
maybe my supply gets low because of my stress.
Correct. Yeah.
So there are so many factors, which you have to actually take care as soon as you deliver the newborn. So I think these are the factors which triggered PPD in me.
Okay. Yeah, and as you said, right? So being alone and being without a support system, like a support system is really important. And if you don't, and then all of this because you're taking care of the baby all the time, and if the colicky baby did not help either, right? So
Mhm.
that and that I think in I think the one of the problems here is also the awareness, right? Your spouse probably did not know that there's a thing called PPD, so he did not have that resources or the knowledge that he needs to help you get through that, right? So
Mhm.
awareness is such an important thing, and I think that's
Mhm.
what I really want to achieve through this kind of conversation and talk shows, right? Talking
Yeah.
about that because it has been taboo. People don't talk about that. People just tell you, oh, congratulations, you have a baby, right? But the extra things that come with that, like before when you're pregnant, when people come and say, oh, congratulations, you'll have a baby in 40 weeks, people don't tell you that, you know what, there's PPD, there's sleepless nights. People don't tell you all those things. And I think there is an opportunity to initiate that kind of conversation. So I remember when one of my friends had twins and she was going to have twins, I'm like, oh my God, congratulations. And then I think, oh my God, it's double the work. So it came out and it was her first baby. Probably not the best way to deliver the message, but it's true, right? So you have
Mhm.
to be mentally prepared. You don't know what things are. You're the first time mom, and with a first time a baby, a newborn, it comes so many responsibilities, so many things, and sleepless nights doesn't help it, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so let me read a little more from another user or another guest. She also wishes to be anonymous here. So
Mhm.
she did not have any kind of awareness, right? And so she shared that I was a whole new person after delivery and was extremely sensitive. There are times I threw stuff, shouted, and cried. I used to beat my mom as she is the cause of my marriage and an unsupportive husband and things like that. She was going through a lot of problems in her life and she could not I could not handle any anger, frustration, and mostly I would get palpitations and chest pain when I was extremely low. And then the thing is here, what I want to point out is that she wasn't aware of everything. So she did not talk to a specialist like you did, right? So she has tried to figure out a way to come out of that. And then she trained herself to be less aggressive and less calm and composed in the days that followed, really. So again, another thing that when you go back to your OB for your visit, answer the questions correctly, right? If it said you cried, you did not, just answer it properly. So the people are there to help you with the process, right? Right.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to point out about, any experience or anything? Before I ask, I would definitely ask you to have some share your, advices for any kind of new moms. But before that, do you want to point out anything else or any kind of learnings or anything really that would help other people? If you can do that, that would be great.
Yeah. So one thing I would like to stress is PPD is real, and I mean it happens. It I would say 99% of the mom will go through this stress, and there might be several environmental factors which will trigger in you. And there are very less moms. For some, it might get worsened, and for some, it will be just the initial phases. So when you start feeling it as soon as you deliver the baby, you should immediately jump in and try to solve the problem and try to get help as much as you can.
Mhm.
Keeping quiet and dealing it yourself is going to worsen it more.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. And I have here somebody saying that for new moms, along with being aware of PPD and PPA, I would suggest prioritizing yourself to right after the baby is born. In our culture, we give so much importance to mom till baby is born, and then all the attention shifts to the baby. But moms that have gone through this would, agree that PPD is real. So it's completely okay to step away for 15 minutes of shower, 15 minutes of walk, or alone, or 10 or 15 minutes to have the time that you need every single day. That makes a huge difference in feeling overwhelmed versus feeling in control, right? You would agree too. You basically said the same thing there.
Mhm.
Okay, awesome. Before I let you go, Harsha, anything else that you want the new moms to know? I know you have actually stressed on some very important points, and I really hope people take this as a learning and help this to increase the awareness of PPD.
Yeah, so for all the new moms, as the last message you read, you have to give time to yourself. And I did this. I literally, went down, took a walk for 15 minutes. I eventually started, running outside because I was running before the pregnancy as well. So, it really helped to, clean up the mind. I used to do a lot of meditation on the days when I'm not able to go out, just to
Sure.
make sure that I am reducing the stress level in my body. So those 15 minutes was, really helpful to calm me down. And if you are in a negative situation or surrounded by negative people in your life, try to just come in a room and think what you like. If you like music, or you like to do yoga, or any sort of exercise or
Right.
painting, whatever you think, just do it for 10 minutes in a day. Let it be your me time, and try to do it every day, so that you don't get into this vicious cycle again and again.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you so much, Harsha. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time and the willingness to come out and talk about PPD. Have a
Thank you
great
for
day.
having me.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.